It's week 17 of the 2026 season. And up next is this team's towering tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. This should be a good one to watch. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward here with you as we get set for a division rematch, Brock. One side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiar...
The ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And the NFL on EA Sports is underway. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And they'll have a veteran leading them out. It's their 9th-year quarterback.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play is to the air. And his first offering of the game lines up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. They motion the tight end over. 2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
Even he mentioned it to us. There hasn't been much celebrated for him since last week. While other guys were taking in the win and enjoying some time to relax, he was reviewing what went wrong in that game. An interception, not finding the end zone, that's not the type of impact that usually finds you a win, and he knows he's got to do more for his team.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 46. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Motioning the tight end now. To the air, 3rd and long. Finds a man right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. First down from the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Putting a receiver in motion. They are throwing it again. Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Has it in close. And in for the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Sending the tight end in motion left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They're throwing it. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. 1st and 10 from the 41. It is caught left side. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 48. That's incomplete left side.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. It just couldn't quite find the connection. So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. The home teams, and they're wide out, headed to the field for a new series. And not only has he reached the century mark in receptions this season, but it's good enough to sit him among the league's leaders in that category. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. They're going play action. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. Third down coming up. Throwing off the play fake here. He put some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be their football. This offense making its way back out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's down inside the 35 before going out. It's a gain of 22. And it'll give him a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Looking to the air here. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll give him a first down. From the red zone now. Hits him on the in route. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
He'll throw it yet again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the...
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. So they send out the field goal units and try for 3 on this one. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
He fields it from the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. To throw it on 1st down. Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Completed to his running back. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're gonna need him back for the upcoming postseason. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to the action in just a moment. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They have it 3rd and 7. Complete over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll try and throw it here. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. Now looking to throw. Into traffic. Complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives them the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He's got a man left. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The offense getting set to go. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Hauled in left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Blown back, gets the handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. again. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Throwing from the gun. Oh, this big guy is moving! And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Big play got him to the doorstep, Brock. 4 more yards now in goal to go. 1st down from the red zone. He's got it!
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Back now, pressure on its way. And that's caught in the end zone for the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch, or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys tie things 10-10. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out runs their offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10 now. Finds the in route, complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that. If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Got 46 on his 1st punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 11. And they're going to have a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They bring the tight end in motion. Now on 2nd and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He throws a bullet, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. The rookie out of Miami And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They've got a man in motion. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Cut out left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 32 on that play. And that'll give him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Motioning left is their running back. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down. They are throwing it again. This one's caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. Cut near the goal line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. These guys get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Brings in the kick at the 9. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Dumped off to his running back. He picks up 15 on the play. And they'll have 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around.
Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the third quarter. Has this at the 6. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll come out throwing. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up. Setting up a throw. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Looking for a throw here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Okay, you hear me in my talk back all the time with our producer saying, hey, circle that play. Hey, you just never know. You just never know in this league, in these games that are so close, which can be the play that really sparks the turnaround. And defensively, you needed to get off the field. Defensively, you wanted to give the ball back to your offense in a one-score game, and that 3rd down sack, well, it just did it.
Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Tight end in motion right. Another throw here on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing from the gun here. Complete out to the right. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 3 now. Here he goes on the bootleg. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Catch made over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Makes the catch and gets the feet in. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that 1st down marker. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Back to throw now. That one's complete, right side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First down, ball at the 36. Throwing from the gun. He's got a man left. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. From the 42. So this one on the defense. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that first down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Man in motion here. From the 16. Dump off caught by his back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. 3rd and just 2 to go. They'll throw it. Brought in right side. And this one doesn't go far.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run for this. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. Ooh, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has it in close. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Dropping back to throw. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time Well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense ready to get going again now. Now, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. He'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. The run outside returns nothing. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. He's going to throw this one. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And that one's unsuccessful. Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And it's going to be 2nd down. Here's a throw. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Finds him over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 27. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Recovered by the defense.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Here comes their offense out again. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
He'll just call for a fair catch here, and what incredible field position for them after that kick. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll have a short field in front of them as they take over. Throwing now from the gun. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Give now to the running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's in. Touchdown. These guys can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Thanks to the penalty, they'll kick it away from further up the field. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense getting set to work here. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds a man right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll throw on 1st. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up 1st down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. To throw here on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throw left side, complete. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They are throwing it again. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
From the gun on 3rd down. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the gap closes to 14 points.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Back now, pressure on its way. Finds his man over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
First and 10, looking to throw. Hauled in left side. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. All set up now for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. It is caught left side. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 24. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. After the flag, they've got 3rd and 9 to figure out. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hits his running back. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give him a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. The throw is caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He goes back to him yet again, complete.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They don't gain anything, so another goal line stand brings up a fourth down decision.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense getting all set for this series. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First and 10, they're going to throw. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And this one does not go far. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play. And hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. From the 35 on second down. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. He's dropping back to throw. That one's complete, right side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. Still sticking with the passing game. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Complete out to the right. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They've got to keep moving quick here. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw in.
And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys cut the lead down to 10. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And they've got it. No problem for the receiving team. The onside attempt fails. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll run it from the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Another carry for him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The defense takes its third and final timeout. 3rd and 4 coming up now. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The offense headed back to the field. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already decided. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It was a great effort from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.